You feel that pulse? There's a spark that could light up Foxborough in a hurry. Today it's a way too calm comment that could light a match under Patriots Nation and have Gillette rattling. It's the chatter around a frustrated star that could ripple through the league and fit our offense like a glove. And it's the X's and O's roadmap for dealing with a defense that's been making good teams look powerless. And there's one hidden detail that could decide Sunday before the first snap. You're not going to believe what we've got today. So settle in and we'll get right into it. Ever hear an opposing coach say something that sounds harmless, almost neutral, and your gut instantly goes, "Oh, that's going to age badly"? That's exactly what DeMeco Ryans dropped after stealing a road win, because he basically brushed off the idea that the crowd and the environment matter in the playoffs. He said what really matters is execution, that a tough atmosphere doesn't mean much. And look, on paper, sure, football is football. But in Foxborough, in January, in a playoff game, that's not just talk. That's an invitation. Gillette has felt different again, and you know exactly what I mean. For a stretch, it didn't feel like the place nobody wanted to visit. It felt like just another stadium. But this year, you can feel it coming back. The weight, the edge, the noise that gets inside a huddle and makes simple things messy. The kind of crowd that doesn't show up on the stat sheet, but absolutely shows up inside the opponent's helmet. And when a coach says out loud that the environment doesn't matter, he's doing two things at once. He's daring the fans, and he's handing the Patriots locker room an easy message to repeat all week. They think it's the same everywhere. And it's not just noise, it's the whole setup. We're talking mid-January in Massachusetts, a dome team stepping outside into cold air, hands tightening up, breath burning, timing feeling just a little off. Even if it's in the 30s or 40s, that change hits. The ball feels different. The body warms up slower. Little discomfort becomes a factor, especially on third down, especially when communication starts cracking. That doesn't win the game by itself, but it tilts it. One timeout can turn into a panic moment. 1/3 and short can turn into a false start. And once the game turns emotional, once you can feel the crowd pulling the momentum, Gillette becomes a weapon. So yeah, that quote matters. Not because it's wrong, but because it's risky. If Houston burns a timeout early, if they jump once on the line, if their headset timing is off for even a couple snaps, now the whole day feels different. And with a Patriots team that's playing with playoff posture, with that Mike Rabel edge, with that we're not blinking vibe, you do not want to hand them extra juice. Patriots Nation is hearing that and taking it personally, right? Are we turning Gillette into the old nightmare again? Or are we letting that slide like it's nothing? But hold on, because the next piece might be even louder. And it involves a star who looks like he's done pretending everything's fine. While a lot of people were still trying to process that wild card loss, one quiet moment started screaming. A.J. Brown walked off, shook hands with a few teammates, and didn't say a word to the media. No, we'll learn from it. No explanation, just gone. And when a wide receiver of his caliber chooses silence after a game like that, the whole league starts connecting dots. This isn't just pouting. This isn't a one-night thing. The way it's being talked about is that frustration has been building. Usage, play calling, not getting the ball when it matters, and a relationship with the coaching staff that's clearly been strained. 3 catches, 25 yards, season over. For a player like A.J. Brown, that doesn't just sting. It feels like you weren't even given a chance to change the outcome. And then there's the detail that makes it real. Big contract, long runway, but a team facing a lot of questions. Philadelphia can't just move someone like that without taking a hit. But you also can't pretend nothing happened when the sideline tension is on camera and your top weapon won't speak afterward. If he pushes his way out, it's not going to be cheap, and it's not going to be quiet. That's where New England starts getting mentioned, and not in a fantasy way, in a this makes football sense way. Mike Vrabel understands personalities like this. He's been around stars. He knows when the upside is worth the swing, and more than anything, he knows what a young franchise quarterback needs, a real number one who can win on slants, win on digs, win through contact, win when the play breaks down. A guy who changes coverages just by stepping into the huddle. Think about that for a second. A receiver who forces safeties to stay honest. A receiver who commands a double. A receiver who turns tight windows into completions and makes 3rd and long feel less hopeless. That's not just production. That's geometry. That's spacing. That's the defense having to play you differently, and everything else opening up around it. Now, obviously, it's not simple. Picks matter, cap space matters, culture matters, but New England has something a lot of teams don't: a foundation. A quarterback you can build around, an offensive line that's trending the right way, a defense that can keep games tight. And if other situations keep creating noise, the temptation to chase the cleanest, biggest impact grows. Brown is 28. He's in his prime. He's not a project. He's a solution. And I can already hear the debate. Some fans will say it's too expensive. Others will say it's exactly the kind of move that says, we're done playing small. Either way, even the talk changes the temperature, because it signals ambition. It signals you want to scare the AFC again. And if this feels far away, remember how this league works. Big moves usually start like this: a little silence, a little tension, a name floating around. Then you blink, and the whole NFL is reacting. Quick pause. Yeah, that's how fast it flips. Now, while everybody's looking at the who could arrive conversation, the Patriots have a massive challenge right in front of them. Because if you want this playoff run to keep breathing, you've got to solve a defense that's been playing like it's from another planet. Some games aren't just about winning. They're about proving you belong on that stage. And what the Patriots are walking into starts with one brutal question: how do you attack a defense that doesn't seem to have cracks? Because what the Houston Texans have built in 2025 isn't normal. It's the kind of unit that makes you grind film and still come away asking, where do you even breathe? And the scary part is, it's not built on exotic, chaotic stuff. They don't live on heavy blitz volume. They line up, they stay disciplined, and they win. It's that simple, we're better than you philosophy, and it starts up front. Will Anderson Jr. isn't just good, he's suffocating. He ends plays before they develop. He gets quarterbacks off their first read, sometimes off their first step. And if you get caught staring at him too long, Danielle Hunter reminds you he's there. That's the point. You can't block everyone one-on-one and hope it works. If the Patriots play like they did against the Chargers, shaky protection, late decisions, there is no magic plan. So everything begins with protection and rhythm. And with this Texans group, winning first down is everything. They want you in 2nd and long. They want 3rd and long. They want the pass rush teeing off while coverage squeezes the field. When you can get 3 or 4 yards early, even if it doesn't look flashy, you change the board. You stop playing off your back foot. And this is where it gets interesting. On tape, you can see moments where the wall can bend in the run game. Not constantly, not easily, but enough. Double teams inside. A and B gap runs that commit to being physical. Duo, power. Nothing pretty, just stubborn. That kind of approach doesn't just move the chains, it drains a defense. It forces linebackers to step up. It forces safeties to trigger. And fatigue in the playoffs always shows up at the worst time. At the second level, the Texans are fast and aggressive, but that also creates openings when they have to make rapid decisions in coverage. That's where New England can be surgical. Backs involved in the pass game, motion before the snap, forcing predictable matchups. If a linebacker is responsible for the running back, you can't ignore that. That's a target. That's a clean read. That's a chance to steal chunk plays without risking the ball. And speaking of reads, this game demands a grown-up version of Drake May. No hero ball, no holding the ball and praying talent saves the snap. Quick decisions, rhythm throws, take what's there. And then when the moment shows up, don't hesitate to take the deep shot. Because as airtight as Houston's secondary can look, even they've been hit deep. Even they've had moments where handoffs get messy when route concepts stress the rules. You don't beat them with volume, you beat them with timing and precision. You make them communicate perfectly every snap, and eventually someone blinks. This is also the kind of game where you take points. If you're in the red zone and you can't finish, you don't melt down. Field goals matter. Time of possession matters. This isn't a track meet, it's chess. The first touchdown might feel like a knockout punch, but 3 points over and over can win you the whole day if your defense holds. And that's the big picture. This Patriots team isn't perfect, but it has identity. It has a plan, and it has a quarterback who can grow inside the pressure of a playoff game. Sunday isn't just about advancing, It's about reminding the AFC that Foxborough is back on the map as a place you don't want to visit. So let me ask you, what's the biggest factor out of everything we just talked about? Is it Gillette turning into a weapon again? Is it the idea of a true number one receiver being floated out there? Or is it the chess match against that Texans defense? Drop your take in the comments, mix it up with the Patriots Nation, and if you're rocking with this run, hit that like button and subscribe, because this ride is getting loud.